general advice, would you
Okay.
give to first years about to study at university?
My advice, I would say is just because your first year doesn't count doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard. End of the day, your first year grades will end up on your transcript. So don't take it as an opportunity to be silly, because at the end of the day, it may look bad on you. And in my situation, I'm like so glad that I worked so hard in my first year, because without that opportunity, I would have never been able to go to Hertfordshire. So yeah.
Okay. What advice would you give to students about to study at Hertfordshire?
Um, I would say try and explore the neighboring areas. Have your fun in Hatfield, but check out other places. Like St. Albans, a good place that loads of people go to. Just make the most of your time there. If you're a person who's actually from the UK, I would say definitely do that. But then if you're a person who's international student, I would say take the time to, because you're in a good location, Luton Airport's not too far. If you want to fly out, you can fly out. You got London not too far by. So check out, the country while you're here, I'd say.
And what advice would you give to students about to study your course at university?
Ooh. I think if you're going to study my course, I would say you need to make sure it's definitely something you want to do, because sports science is often mistaken for other degrees. So make sure you do your research before you dive into it. But if you get into it and like in the first couple of weeks and you realize that it may not be for you and you want to do another sports course, make sure you address that very early on, because in the first year we typically do similar modules, so you can change. I would say make sure you know your anatomy. Physiology will be drilled into you and you will have to know certain things. So make sure you're aware of them. Like, don't go around calling things a thigh muscle or a thigh bone when we all know it's a femur. Them kind of things. Like, make sure you know your terminology.